Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
As always, the Ramble is sponsored by Action Coach Sheffield. If you're a growing business and you want support to continue that growth, they are the people to speak to. Thank you for John and the team for their continued support for the Ramble. And today's Ramble is also sponsored by V&B Auto Centres at Handsworth. They're still offering that fantastic deal of 50% off your next MOT when you let them know you're a Rambler. And thank you again to Aaron and the team for their support also. What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. You'll have to ignore behind me. We've been getting some of these signed today, which has been exciting. So they'll be going back up on the wall. This is not the kind of instant match reaction I was expecting to be doing. We'll still be doing 90 after 90 tomorrow. Yeah, I wanted to do one live from the ground. It were absolute chaos coming out of the ground, to be honest. It's absolutely pitch black as well, because a lot of you will know what it's like coming away. And I was obviously a little bit... I mean, I wanted you to get my true reflections, and you'll get that now. I've only had the car journey with my dad back to calm myself down, but even then... and it's weird because it's another point gained. We're actually top of the league. We've gone top tonight, and a lot of us are a little bit deflated. And it sort of pushes me back into that mindset of why do we just sit back with 20 minutes to go? We are just letting them come on to us. And it's hard to have a go because I thought Bristol City played well tonight. And it is it's a well-earned point. We caught the back end of Chris Wilder's interview. My dad got it up on Sky Go, so we only caught back end. I mean, I know they'll say they're managing Rob Holding's minutes, but I thought he were absolutely superb at the back, and then he comes off and we look weak. Robinson, and I know these are raw, and I apologise for being as blunt as I am with him, but I can't deal with him. I can't deal with him. I think there were just so many little things, little nuances today that wound me up. Tyrese Campbell, what a finish. What an absolutely superb finish that was by Tyrese. Yeah, I know it's late. I'm not going to stay on long tonight. 10 past 11, we're coming on. That's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. But there are 300 people here, so let's just get into some of your comments. You've caught me wrong time, to be honest, because I don't know. Michael says, we can laugh tonight. I believe Michael's a Leeds fan. We can laugh tonight. You could be laughing tomorrow. Roller coaster, baby. It certainly is a roller coaster. It certainly is. There's no getting around it. One of my wild card takes when we went for this thing that I did with Connor and Turfcast and a few other bits was that all three teams, meaning Burnley, Sheffield United and Leeds, would lose twice before the end of the season. Well, Leeds have already lost one of those. You can see it happening, can't you? You can see it as every team struggles to hold their nerve. So, yeah, I'm a little bit... I can't help but be dejected tonight, it's crazy because we've earned another point. I know Wilder at the end of his interview with Sky tonight was saying it's points accumulation, and that could turn out to be a good point. He didn't think there were penalties, which surprises me because I were convinced. Was it Brereton Diaz or Burrows? Somebody got absolutely smashed in box. I thought it were a penalty. Mark in our chat, though, however, has said it wasn't a pen. Watch them all back. They're not penalties. So you have to take that, really. You have to take that. Maybe it's a good decision from referee. It certainly didn't feel like it at the time. And it was just frustrating because we sit back and we soak up pressure, and we've done really well managing games, but you ride your luck, and you ride your luck a little bit too much sometimes. So, yeah, apologies if I'm not going to be my free-flowing best tonight, but never claimed to be a professional, did we? Grumpy Jack rather than Positive Jack says, I've been saying for a while we're toothless in front of goal, and sitting back instead of going for the kill will cost us, and it has. It stopped us pulling away from Burnley. It needs sorting. Look, you can look at this two ways, can't you? It stopped us pulling away from Burnley, but we've not lost any ground on Burnley because they've drawn as well. So, while you might be frustrated. We could have lost tonight. We could have drawn and Burnley won. If Burnley had won, they go above us. So we could be third come tomorrow night if Leeds win. So it's not all is lost. Not all is lost. And I'm trying to get more to that way of thinking. Didn't have our shooting boots on today, Jim says Benjamin. We didn't. I thought Raksaki were poor. I thought we looked really suspect down the right-hand side. And again, this is just my raw opinions coming out of the game. Me and my dad didn't really talk much about the game at way home, which is unusual for us. But you just feel dejected, don't you? It was his birthday tonight, today. So I thought Sariki and Raksaki aren't a great combination down the right-hand side. And that's more because both are very attack-minded. I think you need somebody to do a little bit more defensive work. I understood why Rob Holding came off, but and Anel came on, which was, like for like. I get that, but I don't know. I thought Rob Holding was superb tonight. Michael asking where I was. I'm here, mate. Don't worry. The mighty blunts fall apart at the dying end of the season, says Tom. You wish, pal. You wish. Sitting back at home and letting them attack is mental, says Jack. 70th minute, we sat back, let off for Burnley and Leeds. Wilder needs to sort the wastefulness out. It's going to cost us. I could see Chris Wilder because we face Chris Wilder from John Street. You can see him. And he was very animated. Very animated. And when the crowd's moaning about Sidney Peck turning round and going backwards, and Jack Robinson always going backwards, he's going balmy as well. He's going, get upfield, get it up, and they're not doing it. So it's not, it's one of them, innit? It's one of them. Deserved to not win that, says Bean. I agree. Can't keep getting away with okay performances and win games. We were praying for the final whistle after we scored. Never go for 2 or 3 every game lately is basketball. Absolutely right. Absolutely bang on. Avril, who always tries to put a positive spin on things. Come on, positive Jack. Can you change your name, please? As most of your posts are anything but that. All right, okay. So that's where Jack's obviously changed it. I'll try and get a comment from everybody in, and then we're going to wind down because we are on tomorrow night. We're going to change it up a little bit tomorrow night for those that haven't already heard. So we're going to go back to the original format. Just for one night only, we're going to go back to the original 90 after 90 format from 6 o'clock tomorrow night, because that'll take us bang on to 7:30. And then we're going to jump on to do a watch along of the Leeds and Millwall game. Come on, Millwall! Avril the Pole had only recently added positive to his name. I know he's just changed it as well. Jake says Kiefer Moore as well, worthless when he's Brewster. Looks like a better option up top when you may be time to move on. I think that's harsh. I think Kiefer Moore, I thought, played all right when he came on. I thought there was one stage, though, where he took a wild shot and the option to lay it wide to Brewster was on. I think that was a wrong decision. Great Band says 4 penalties not given in the final 2 minutes. Sometimes it's not your day. Upsetting result, but 1 game less to play. And we didn't lose any ground within the top 2. Big worry now is Campbell. Yeah, let's hope Campbell's back in time. Matthew says, if we do sneak over the line and go up, Wilder will be out by game 10. No way the new owners will be happy with us doing this next season and just getting tanked. Ian says, can we start and show a bit more respect to Brewster, consistently making an impact when he comes on? He did make a decent impact today, Ian. That's fair to say. When he came on, I thought he did well today. I went to get a coffee before I got a... It's irrelevant, says Stephen. It's 2 different seasons. You forget the champ. Anyone can beat anyone on their day. That's a fair point as well. It's a tough league. We knew that this game was going to be tough, and it's proven to be, hasn't it? There were no mugs today, and it seems like a line that we keep churning out. But I didn't think they looked the most dangerous going forward, but they found a moment of quality, haven't they? And if you allow them to... Look, the middle of the park today... Sidney Peck and particularly Chowdhury was so deep. They had so much space in the middle. It were criminal, really, how they were allowed to just walk through us. If Vinny Sousa's in the middle, that don't happen. When Gus Amer came on, it showed it up a little bit. It didn't happen. It weren't our night tonight, were it? Dom says, trying to take the positives from the result. At least we matched Burnley's result. You might have to wear that Leeds shirt, though, unless Millwall can do us a favour tomorrow. Long way to go, Dom. Long way to go, pal. Ricky says, thought we played well. It was a good game. I'm not sure we played well, Rick, but It was a decent game of football, I suppose. James says, good point for me. They were a good side. Untapped more points off Burnley and Leeds. Have they still got to play Leeds? I know they go to Burnley as well, and I'll certainly be backing them for that because they looked a decent side, didn't they? Mark says, kind of what I expected tonight. Vinny's a big miss for us. Completely agree. Never looked like scoring after our goal, and they played well on the night and unlucky not to take all three, given the chances in the first half. Up the Blades. Mike says, how come the stadium is half empty? Same with Burnley and Sunderland tonight. It were poor attendance tonight, Mike. I think it's a combination of some of our fans choosing, not a lot, but there were a few gaps over in South Stand. I couldn't see the gaps in the John Street, obviously, because I'm on that side. But looking across, you could see the gaps in the South Stand. Just over 25,000. There weren't many from Bristol, which you understand because it's a long way to come on a school night. There were still at similar levels to Preston, I think. With it being on telly, with it being a long-distance game, I can understand it. I mean, I would always expect us Blades to turn out for a game that we can go top. And we have gone top, but Sky says, with the quality in every position, why are we not steamrolling these lesser teams at the Lane? You have to say tactics and mentality. Sorry, Wilder has to take the blame tonight for me. I wouldn't call Bristol City a lesser team. We are a better side than Bristol, I think, personally. I think we've got better players, man for man. But you have to respect what they're doing. They're doing a really good job this season, and that's them unbeaten in 6 now. They are still pushing. I don't know whether they're still in 7th after the results tonight, but they're doing a good job, and they're a good team. And taking anybody lightly, which I think we maybe had half an eye on Sunday here tonight, and I don't think that's been a conscious thing, but I'm disappointed. What else can I say? Mark says sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say we weren't at our best. Never getting a pen for any of the 4 we appealed for onwards to Sunday. Tragic says stadium half empty because you aren't playing Leeds. That's what. That's a tragic comment. That Michael says, Mike, because you've got sad supporters, unlike Leeds United. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah. J29 says we'll see if you're sad tomorrow night, Michael, and then we'll see how loud you Leeds lot are if Millwall do you. Need to start playing more attacking, says J29. We just keep constantly getting hit with these late goals. We shouldn't even dream about conceding. Also, the last refereeing calls were shocking, in my opinion. I thought so, J29, in the stadium. Completely agree with you. However, Wilder, who may have seen it back, said in his interview there were never penalties. Mark, who watched it on TV, I believe you watched it on TV, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, pal, but people who've seen the game and had the benefit of replays have said there weren't penalties. So I don't know, mate. I don't know. Brian says, talking to Sunday, how in the name of God did they turn that around tonight? Let's not think about it. Can't bother with all these Leeds fans in the comments. This used to be a decent place to come and talk Blades. Now it's just filled with back and forth like other social media sites. Annoying. They're like jumping in when things have gone their way. They've been very quiet for the last week or so. So I anticipate that might happen again. S17. Guessing it's not happening. No, sorry, Dan, I'm here, mate. Ohio Blade says, if you live by the 1-0, you die by the late 1-1. Well said. Wilder has got to take responsibility for this. The team keep playing like this, so he's responsible. The view from the mountain is overall, I thought a draw was fair. They played well. We weren't at our best, but could still have won. Big positive is holding, considering we snatched 3 at the death in Bristol. They're a decent side. They are a decent side, pal. Yeah. Ohio Blade says, agree with what somebody said earlier. Wilder's reached his peak. Interesting. Wilf thought it might have been a lock-in at triple point. Sorry I was late. I was just dropping my dad off saying to her. It was originally scheduled for 10. I wanted to come out and do it live front ground, like I said, but as soon as I've got home, I've gone live as soon as I've got in. Dino says, that second time this season I've watched Bristol players off the park. I don't think they played us off the park. We were lucky to win at their place and lucky to get a point tonight. And we're worse than Burnley to watch it most of the time. Wow. Okay. I would say 4 points from Bristol City across the season is decent. Is a really good return. And not many teams will get that this year. Stilas says, complain about the ref as much as we want. Performance wasn't good enough. Midfield looks lost without Vinny. Hamza, much better as a fullback. You see, I wouldn't have said the same. I think he's our best option at fullback at the minute, but I think he's better in centre midfield, personally. Spotlight actor Wayne says, Michael, Leeds either lose or win. They don't draw many. Jamie Dumpling says, oh my God, he's live. I'm here, mate. I'm here. Don't you worry. He's found his way home, says Bry. Yeah, Jimmy's great. Thank you. I thought Blades won the league after Leeds lost to point. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Liam says, evening, pal. Hope you well. Gutted we couldn't hold on, but when Hamer, Vinny, and Anel don't start, there will be a drop off. I thought Hamza and Peck never got to grips with the midfield tonight. Completely agree. When Vinny doesn't play, he's a massive miss. Really good goal, and thought Holding was outstanding. He has to play instead of Robinson. Up all the rambles. Please like and subscribe. Well said, Liam. Well said, pal. Paul Rose of Wellstone Landscapes says, poor tonight. Hamza looks very poor in this side and spends most of his time playing a centre-back role. I don't like it where he drops into the middle. It's a style that we play, though, isn't it? That is a Wilderism, because we've seen Sidney Peck do it earlier in the season. Vinny Souza tends to do it when he's in the side. He drops into the 3, and that allows the fullbacks to push higher up to retain possession that way and sort of move up the field. I don't mind it, but I didn't think Hamza played very well tonight, if I'm honest. Connor says, wasn't our best performance, but we can't let our heads go down. We're not out of this, and we never make it easy. We're definitely not out of this, pal. Definitely not out of this. Dinos, oh my word. Talk about controversy. Oh, can I bring it? Can I even bring that up? I don't know why it's not letting me bring Dino's comment up. Best signing we could make this summer is Danny Roll. I hate it, but we play like that. They'll smash us on Sunday. Ryan says, disappointed. Missed chance to pull away from Burnley. Second to too many balls. Yeah, we were. Midfield too deep. Raksaki not good enough in both aspects. Great save from Coops. Yes, it was. It was a great save from Michael Cooper. Need to start finishing teams up all the rambles. Jack says, we even give you a chance to go top and you bottle it. Blades are falling apart again. That's desperate. That's desperate from you. Rev says, there's only one person to blame for sitting back after scoring, and that's Wilder. Luke thinks it's nerves, though, that are getting to every team. Michael says, Jimmy, if it's any consideration, Burnley drew tonight. Consolation, sorry. Burnley drew tonight. Straight red cards for Egan, Riley, and Scott Pat. Oh, interesting. 3-match bans for both. I didn't know Egan Riley had been red carded. Brilliant. I don't think the manager thing really makes much of a difference. Benjamin Baboon says, are you doing a watch along tomorrow, Jim? Yes, I am, pal. I'll be doing a watch along with Jord Motson, I believe. We were talking about it tonight. Hutch says, chin up, Jimmy. It's still in our own hands. Absolutely, pal. I will be all right. We'll be back properly to do this for 90 after 90 tomorrow. But I promised an instant match reaction, and when I've advertised something, I like to try and do it. It just wasn't the way that I'd initially thought, because it's not easy to do coming out of the ground. Graham says, poor show. Chowdhury could not good enough, even more just a donkey. He should have passed instead of that awful slice. He should have passed, Graham. He should have passed. I think he did okay when he came on, other than that, to be fair. Carl says, why do we do that? It's a fair question, mate. It's a fair question. Michael lets us know that Liverpool have been knocked out of the Champions League on penalties. Yeah, I heard that coming back. Nige says, Robbo, shocking tonight. Got beat every time. Midfield very poor. Chowdhury might as well have been in defence. Seems to like staying there. Yeah, we're too deep, weren't he, Chowdhury? And left so much space in the middle, which allowed him to run at us. Yeah, anyway. Bob says, had a £10 double on the 2 draws tonight. I'll raise a glass to you, Jim Bob. Cheers. Congratulations, pal. Nick says, at least Burnley also dropped points. No harm done. Marching and rambling on together. Chef Paul says, it's actually a very good point. The Robins are a good side, but their theatrics and diving were disappointing. At least Burnley also dropped points. It'll be an interesting time, won't it, to see what happens when Burnley play Bristol City, because Bristol City are a good side. Gutted not to get the 3 points, says Mitch. Should have and could have won it if we converted some of those chances we had. Love Robbo's tackles at times, but Christ, he scares me when he's near the box. Yeah, me too. Raksaki, not a good game today, though. A good point today, so it is what it is. What it is. I'm not reading some of these ridiculous comments. I'm trying to make sure everybody gets their at least one comment in. Phil says, Femi was poor tonight. Their man on the left was free most of the game. Completely agree. Cooper's save was immense. We go again on Sunday. Up the Ramble, up the Blades. Top man. Top man. Right, most people have had their say. I think disappointing but fair result on reflection, says Jared. Vinny started that game. I think we would have had a chance. I agree. The performance was lacking in the midfield. Sat way too deep. Holding has to start on Sunday. Has to start. We're going to have a big conversation about that tomorrow night. Big conversation. Luke says, thought the atmosphere was absolutely horrific tonight. Worst I've heard in a while. It was poor. It's been a big problem this season because when the players need a boost, we don't give it them often enough. Yeah, we were quick to jump on them, weren't we, when they concede a chance or something like that. But yeah, it weren't great tonight. Matt says positives for tonight. Egan Riley got sent off for violent conduct. So if I'm right, that's a 3-game ban and 1 less game to play. Still in the top 2. Yeah, he's a good player as well, Egan Riley. So that is a big plus for us. Stephen says nothing lost, Jim Bob. It's down to us to win tomorrow, and it's squeaky bum time. Absolutely right. Chris says top of the league, Ramblers. Top of the league. On another day, the Burrows track back here. Chances could have easily got. What happened with Raksaki's chance? What a brilliant bit of play in the build-up. And then how? Because from where we're sat, and I ain't got a flush view of it, is in the middle of the 6-yard box, and it goes for some reason it goes wide. I could not believe it. I could not believe that he missed that chance. It could have been a much more positive result on another night. Up the Blades, come on the wall, come on the wall. Absolutely right. John Asquith, thank you, pal. Very much appreciate it. You already do more than enough for me and the channel, so you don't have to do that. But thank you so much for your generosity there. Jim, I nearly always agree with you, but Moore was poor. He's a poor man's McBurney. You can't disagree with a business coach, can you? But I don't know about that. Look, I respect your opinion in business, John. What an incredible businessman you are and coach. Poor man's McBurney. When was the last time we won an offensive header or held the ball up? Bristol played well, but we enabled them. We enabled them to do that by sitting back at 1-0 again. So frustrating. So frustrating that we sit back and sit on that 1-0. It really riles me. Evening all, says PNUK. It said for a few weeks it's a bit like watching Southgate's England. 1-0 up and sit back. Got to go for it. That said, last minute winner away is karma for City. Yeah, last minute equaliser. Yeah, that's fair. Mark says 7 points from QPR, Preston and Bristol in the last 3 isn't the worst thing in the world. No, it's not. Everything in context, innit, pal? James, I'm not reading that because we don't swear, do we? But Wilder, you're not a fan of Wilder. Always sits back after we score. Clueless tactically, clueless subs, poor signings, poor fitness, all eggs in one basket every game. Haven't beat anyone convincingly for 6 months. So I'll definitely let you have your opinion, pal, but I can't put swear words up on screen. Kieran says, evening, Jimmy, underwhelming game tonight. Need to be better on Sunday. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Kieran's kindly done our Ramble on the road tonight. So that's my job this evening after I come off stream, which is why I'm trying to wind down pretty quickly. I've got some editing to do, and then we're back on tomorrow, aren't we? Back on tomorrow night. So thank you, Kieran, for your work, pal, tonight. Very much appreciated. Joe says, before everyone blames Wilder, the ref, the pitch, the ball, the wind, we had plenty of chances to put that game to bed. Everyone give your head a bit of a wobble, up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. We certainly did have enough chances, didn't we? That Raksaki one just absolutely screams at me. Rafi says, Wilder and Vinny said Vinny's going for a scan. Very worrying. We desperately need him in the middle of the park. Vinny, who failed a late fitness test apparently just before the game. Yeah, I think Vinny's injured. I think Vinny is injured, and I don't blame Wilder for not telling us. He shouldn't tell us. He shouldn't tell anybody. Should keep everybody guessing. But I don't think we'll see Vinny for at least next game or 2. Well, we've got a bit of a break, haven't we, after Sunday? So we'll see. JC says both well taken goals looked like a handball at the death. Back of his hand, strange moment. It was strange, weren't it? I'm just going to get through last few. Ian says, Wendy's a better away and have the best away record in the league. And we have the best away record in the league. Keep the faith. We'll do them on Sunday. Joe says, I will always say Robbo needs to sort his temper out. If he carries on doing daft WWE moves, it'll cost us eventually. At least your bet curse worked. Did it, Jamie? I can't remember what you said you had tonight. Can't win all the time, says Gab. All eyes on the mighty Whites now. We'll see, mate. Is Cooper saved the save of the season, says Nige? Possibly. Isaac says, strange feeling going into Sunday after the result. It's weird, isn't it? Only weird. Only positive, says James, is from that performance was Rob Holding. I thought Rob Holding were excellent. Absolutely excellent. And Clown Wilder took him up. You're getting a bit David Webster way, Chris Wilder, James. I know you've been consistent, if nothing else. Wake up, Blades. Wilder is not the Messiah. He's a bang average manager, and he's holding the club back. Very harsh, in my opinion. Bryce says, Defo Nudge and Defo and keep it Ramble, people. Thank you, pal. Great save, Coops, but he should also scored that. Yeah, great save, Coops, but also he should have scored that header. The offensive man, I assume you mean, the Bristol City man. Dave the Nose, he really knows, says, why they hit the nail in the head on his post-match. Holding and Campbell are the positives. Or did he say that? I'd love that if he said Rob Holding's a positive. Brewster with a positive impact. That's very true as well. Status quo to third. Let's not be too down. The pressure on the lads is huge. Yeah, it is. Graham says Cooper had to make an outstanding save because Robbo lost his man. No comment. No comment. Certainly not at the minute, Graham. Well, my emotions are high. Sai says, appreciate it's not entertaining, but we've got to top of the league by sitting back when we go ahead. We can't all complain when it doesn't work. It's frustrating, though, when you know you're good enough to go on and get a second or even a third. And I don't know what's stopping us, Sai. I get it, though. You're right in what you say. That is bigger picture thinking, isn't it? It's worked for us for so long this season. Yes, I know what you meant, pal. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's have a look. Chris says, is it Wilder that tells Chowdhury to sit deep, or is it the player who hasn't a clue? I don't know, mate. I don't know, in all honesty. You would think it's the player, because Wilder can see it same as us, can't he? Nige says, Chowdhury's been a big letdown so far, not the player I thought he was. He hasn't pulled up any trees, has he? Unfortunately. Egan Riley's out for 3 games, says Bjorn. Stamp 10 seconds before full time. Ridiculous. You'd be fuming if you're Burnley, wouldn't you? Bristol, we're a better team overall, but you crumble at the end. So close, it's not over yet, says Stephen. I'm not reading that last bit. JC says, West Brom drew all 6 games with the current top 3. That's crazy, isn't it? What a crazy stat that is. Tom says, Jack Robinson's simply a bomb scare, and us Leeds fans think he's great. There you go. That tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? Jack says, I actually think I'll be glad to see the back of Raksaki. Does my absolute nutting. Spencer says, Brewster well above Kiefer Moore in the pecking order, in my opinion. Links up well with Tyrese. He's just a bit inconsistent at times and comes on better than when he starts. I'd consider him and Tyrese up top on Sunday. Interesting. Jamie says, top of the league, only need to come second on to Sunday. Well said, Jay, and thank you to everybody for joining me for this sort of instant reaction. It is as raw as you're going to get, but we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow night. So I'm going to try and get a ramble on the road up tomorrow in the morning, if I can get it done tonight. And then we're going to go live at 6 o'clock for 90 after 90, old school 90 after 90, where we'll go straight through, take your calls, take your comments, and we'll really break everything down. And then we'll move on to we'll put this game to bed, move on, because it could be considered a good point. At the end of the season, this could be a really good point. Move on, and then we come back for the Leeds watch along at 7:30 on Behind the Ramble. So thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. We'll sleep on it. We'll move on. Be right. Put it to bed. I'll speak to you soon. Come on, you red and white wizards. Top of the league. Come on, Jimmy. Have a word with yourself. We're top of the league. Come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blade.